bonus coverage.
Awesome.
Matt McLaughlin going up against Dan Armijo in this WPH Senior Race for 8 Tour. Matt McLaughlin is currently ranked number 2 on the Senior Tour, I believe. Excuse me, John Bike is number 2 and Matt's number 3, and that's exactly how the seeds work out in this tournament, with Matt as the number 3 seed going up against Dan Armijo in this quarterfinal. That's a tough first round quarterfinal match, and that's how deep, Kevin Price, these quarterfinalists and these members of this Senior Tour are here in Salt Lake City. As we now get ready to give you that tip off, Matt McLaughlin has played Dan Armijo twice, and he's defeated him both times. Matt won the 40 national championships, and Dan won the 50 worlds, and that puts these guys pretty close to being equal, in my book.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a heck of a good game. You got a guy like Dan that likes to pound around a little bit, and Matt's more of a shooter, it seems like. So should be interesting whose strategy takes hold here.
I believe it'll be fun. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I'm excited about it, too.
Listening to the broadcast team of Dave Vincent and Kevin Price, former doubles partners. I say former because it'll never happen again.
Why?
Because you'll never invite me to
I've asked you many times to be my partner again.
Well, after you lose, you don't normally stay with the same guy.
I don't recall losing. I try and forget those.
Okay.
I recall winning with you.
Well, that was a good win.
This tournament, in fact.
That's right. Getting ready for the referee to call the score here. I wish that our lead ref would tell the referee that we're way past our start time. And by way past, I mean 45 seconds. But looks like these old players, that's what they want to do. They want to come in and just talk. Our referee is obviously not sitting at the referee's table, that you can see from that camera angle. We're all ready to go with the senior players just having a chat, catching up. It's been a while since they've played each other, 20 years ago or so. This Race for 8 Tour has been really successful in Salt Lake City, Utah, where we saw some exciting matches today. Matchups tomorrow, Kevin. Charlie Shanks versus Sean Linning. You saw the way Sean played today.
I did.
But you played against Charlie Shanks, so what do you think is going to go on there?
You know, it's hard to say. I actually ref Sean's first match against Carlos, and he was not, or Sean's first match against Carlos, and he was not the guy that played against Martin, because boy, he did not miss a single shot. And playing Charlie this morning, he's a powerful pro, so it'll be a great match. Irregardless, and I can't bet on either one at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because if that Sean Linning that showed up earlier today when he played Martin Mulkerns, who's an unbelievable player, if that Sean Linning shows up,
show.
Yeah, if that player shows up and plays like that versus Charlie Shanks, then there's no question. But if Charlie, the one that showed up today, plays the one Sean Linning that played Carlos Chavez, then that one's going to win. So it's kind of a 50-50 toss-up here. Our referee is going to be Andy Nett, and they are going to get this game underway in just a matter of seconds. These old guys in the round of 8. This is bonus coverage provided for you live here at racefor8.com with Matt McLaughlin and Dan Armijo. Matt already knows what he's in for. He's going to have to face a scrapper, one of the game's very best. He's been ranked on and off the Pro Tour rankings for the last 31 years. Dan Armijo's now got a ranking again. Going to be ranked about 25.
I've been waiting for mine to come out.
Well, you might get one.
Are you getting into the 50s yet?
You might get one after this tournament.
All right. I was real happy playing Charlie this morning. He kicked my butt, but it was a good lesson. I think I got 11.
Well, the lesson for me was, when I played one of these young guys, was it's time now to focus on the Masters.
That's a good idea. Once you get healed
You
up.
guys all set? Matt, can you hear me?
Our referee is 5 minutes late getting this game underway. That's a $35 fine, and it will be enforced. Matt McLaughlin is going to get the first serve after a coin flip. At least the referee did that right.
0 serving 0.
We're at 0-0. One game match to 25, win by 2. All matches with the WPH are 1 to 25.
The semifinals start at 15, though, right?
Nope.
No? Was that just Denver?
We did that just for Denver. But never again.
Is that a player vote?
We let the players win the votes, but we only vote 2 times a season. And whatever they say goes. And this last time they voted to have Dave Fink fired.
0 serving 0.
So he put in his 2 weeks?
Yep. Dan Armijo's strengths, back wall, at times could be the best in the game. Right or left hand. He likes to play a methodical game where he will wear down his opponents and engage in long 40-shot rallies. He is also a get artist.
1 serving 0.
They call him the hand for a reason. He plays a strategy, also has some gamesmanship and likes to rally and get into the referee's ear for later calls. On
and
the
he's
other
also wearing a watch,
and he
which
wears
I've
a
never
watch
seen before.
in the handball court. He needs to know what
2
time it
serving
is.
0.
Maybe it's one of those polar heart watches so he can keep his heart rate monitored because he's running around so much.
You see players calling for the avoidable. They're not going to get it here as the fans are all clapping.
2 serving 0.
The strengths of Matt McLaughlin is that serve and that shoot game, but also he has a pro mentality. You see, he could have taken the ball with his right. He decides to take it with his left. He plays a conventional style of game, but he also has amazing strategy. Maybe not the best conditioning compared to Dan Armijo, but strong enough to be a finalist in Denver at altitude.
We're also at altitude here. We've determined it's about 4,800 feet, so not much.
0 serving 2.
Not much different than Denver. And I've heard some of the players mentioning that that's been really affecting their wind.
Armijo
2 serving
serves
0.
left-handed here because he likes this 2-wall serve, and it's really effective. Ball slides that back wall once he locates it. And he knows that if he hits it with his right, then he's kind of out of position with his body.
Set up here. Oop.
Armijo goes to that left corner kill, just a little paddle. I agree with that screen from this standpoint that I thought there was
3
a screen
serving
there,
0.
but referee didn't call it. Big setup for Matt McLaughlin, goes for the flat rollout and misses it. Matt's wife, Melanie, is here from
4
Kansas
serving
City,
0.
Kansas.
Nice pass down the left side.
I believe Matt went to LFC. I almost said
0
Memphis
serving
State,
4.
but he was an LFCer.
One of my fellow Coloradans, Mark Hammond, was an LFCer, I believe.
Well, they were roommates in their first year at LFC.
4 serving 0.
And you saw that great back wall shot there from Dan Armijo.
So get here, it comes around. Nice layout.
Dan Armijo's revolving door is really a great shot because he just leaves it about 2 or 3 inches
5
high.
serving 0.
I played Dan Armijo recently in Denver, Colorado, and really just amazed. I've been watching him on film for years, but just amazed at how
6
he
serving
does
0.
track every ball down. And then he goes from being on the run to hitting these crazy shots like that, but he does it so much that you almost think that it's just the way it is, you know? Matt McLaughlin loses that first run here from Dan Armijo, down 7-0.
In a bit of a hole here.
Well, this is not going to one game to 25. You don't want to be in a hole at all because it's almost like playing a game to 21. It's like being down 14-4. Time is running out.
Yeah, there's not much room for error, especially a big lead like that. And in a 2-game match, you can at least give one up and come back and hope for a tiebreaker, but here you've just got to keep chipping away.
This is bonus coverage. Dan Armijo up 7-0, but that's what happens to Dan. This is the first match for Matt McLaughlin, and I believe, the third for Dan Armijo, maybe fourth,
Here we got 7 serving 0.
because he played in the qualifier and then in the main draw. Now Dan's moving there. That has to be an
Matt,
avoidable.
Dan, you're fading back pretty far there.
Instead of giving the
Gonna give him
avoidable,
a break here.
the referee
7-0.
gives him a replay. That's actually an avoidable hinder in my book because he is moving while he gets hit. Now, I don't know if that's necessarily a rule, but that's my rule. I just don't like when a player shows you a shot and then you hit it and they're moving into it. But since they're not technically straight forward and back, the referee doesn't call it.
Yep.
But if they're moving while you're hitting it, how could that not technically be an avoidable, Kevin?
The ball made it right.
The ball gods.
Yep.
Now
That usually works out.
Let's see if
Got 0 serving 7.
see what happens here with McLaughlin. I think you'll find more success hitting the ball to the right with that hard serve. Dan's got a really good defensive
1
fist shot
serving
to the
7.
ceiling.
Wow, 2 aces in a row.
Oh, and you see Matt just jump into the
2
box like,
serving 7.
I'm going to go to the spot where I'm going to serve from. Give me the ball.
Great
Matt.
get by the hand there.
And then Matt's timeout is like rejuvenating.
3 serving 7. Short.
That was short. Now you can see a little bit of swagger here from McLaughlin.
Second serve.
I'm surprised that Dan didn't call a timeout just to neutralize him.
Got a little mojo. Nice shot off the back wall by Dan.
7 serving 3.
McLaughlin and I played in the finals of the 40 and older national championships a couple years back. We lost to the McDonald
3
brothers.
serving 7.
And in earlier rounds, Matt was just unbelievable. Kind of wondered why he didn't try to go into the qualifiers.
Great kid. I think he might have had a chance. We'll see what ends
It's a
up happening.
That's
Probably
a,
could have gone either way.
that's a
4
sort of a
serving
move
7.
that Dan does all the time. If he was able to see it, he wouldn't have done much more with that ball. But McLaughlin steams back with 4
7
straight
serving 4.
unanswered points of his own. That was a perfect shot from McLaughlin. Just took a little off and cut it.
4 serve 7.
So that ball tries to double bounce before the back wall. That's where Dan's just automatic. See, McLaughlin's going with that natural hook, and if he hooks it too much, it's a revolving door shot.
Can't give Dan that.
7 serving 4.
Well, McLaughlin has to aim that ball on a serve a little bit more toward his hindquarters.
Nice.
Now let's see if he does it again, you'll see what I'm saying here. McLaughlin's going to have to
4 serve
aim
7.
for his butt. Right now he's going too far back.
Another ace down the right. That's 2 of those.
I think
5
he should
serving
stay
7.
there. I know he's had aces on both sides, but
Yep, you don't get the issue of that ball popping around. That's an easy shot for most of these guys.
now
That
we're
might have taken a bad bounce. One of the things about that right side of that court is it's got
6
a lot of
serving 7.
court hinders that they're obviously not calling.
well, we don't call bad bounces in our matches.
And I like that rule.
Well, it would be the only sport that exists that doesn't call or does call bad bounces. Actually, I mean, I don't think you can name.
7 serving 6.
I dare you to find another one that would redo bad bounces. That's just part of the game. Handball, for some reason, still hangs on to it. Racquetball will even doesn't call the bad bounces either.
6 serving
Neither
7.
does squash. It's just part of the game. One of the worst things that could happen is when a player has a great hop serve or they spin the ball in the rally and then
7 serving 7.
hits an imperfection on the floor and player's asking for a bad bounce, but it was because of the hand of the player that's putting a wrinkle on everything.
Tied up. Nice run by Matt there.
Well, that
We've got a new ball game.
timeout was an effective timeout.
7 serving 7.
We're all together at 7 with Armijo serving.
Short.
Sometimes that's all you need,
Second
is a little
serve.
bit of focus. Matt was able to pull that together and come out and really play a good, steady group of handball. Another nice shot.
Serving 7.
Almost cracked him.
Serving 7.
McLaughlin down 0-7, now on an 8-0 run. And that's the exact same serve that I did against Dan Armijo to defeat him just 5 weeks ago in Denver in that qualifier. Kevin, it's that one down the right, and Matt McLaughlin sat there and watched every single shot. So he knows going over to that right and every now and then going to the left just to keep him honest. It's probably the best tool.
It's obviously paying off. A 9-0 run after Dan started off 7-0. He has made a lot of uncharacteristic hand errors, but that's also attributed to the great shots that Matt's been putting together.
Dan is not going to beat you.
Rolls one out.
In the middle of the rally, middle of the court with the ball up near his
serving 9.
His armpit area. He's not going to beat you like a lot of these other pros know how to get over the top of the ball and put it down into corners. So you know you're always going to engage in rallies if you can put the ball about that spot with Dan. The dangerous thing is when you leave one off the back wall, it's usually just a kill shot. And we've already seen 6 kill shots from Armijo here, and we're only at 9-8. This is that one that he takes around the revolving door. That one he flicked with his left.
It should come around there. Ooh. Uncharacteristic hand error again by Dan.
serving 8.
He was right in his wheelhouse.
Might have to change his name to Dan the Hand Error.
Short.
After this match.
Is there room on his shirt for that? We'll have to get smaller font.
Well, it would spell the Hand Error. T-H-E.
There's a nice shot.
McLaughlin knew it was going to hurt when he bounced into that back wall. He let a little bit of steam out.
I did talk to Dan
10.
before the tournament, and he had gone down to his place down south
in Rotan,
and said he hadn't played handball since the Denver tournament, so he was feeling a little rusty, but I think he's gotten some of his sea legs back underneath him because he's...
Hold it, play it again.
But that's what Dan does. He doesn't ever practice, and he doesn't, even if he was living in the best handball community in the world, he still wouldn't practice. So
he got that. Yeah, that's where he gets it, at the back wall.
Now you see the referee having to deal with the fans out there.
I think there's over 200 people watching this match, sticking around after the great one we just saw with Andy and Charlie.
serving 10.
That's because the locals just want to have a good time.
That's why we come. Salt Lake is very hospitable. Great people.
It's that darn Lonnie Stolzberg. Just want to give him a hug.
He likes it when you do that.
It was up. It was up.
They're going to play that over. What?
You didn't see it.
Couple controversial calls. They're going both ways. So maybe that'll
serving
even out.
10. 9-10.
It's always hard because pros get so much that you don't know when to call it down. Watching these guys this weekend.
Big setup.
I'm always amazed at some of the things they get back. They look past them, they look down. Finally, they get back to the front wall. Around the corner here. Ooh. Almost like he slipped on something there.
Listen to the crowd here. And the crowd's getting into it. That's why we love coming to Salt Lake.
Now that's only 30 or 40 of the 200 or 300
Yeah, there's more.
up there.
This is three-sided glass here, handball people.
There's another tier somewhere.
Oh, there's more than
10.
that.
Rowdy crowd nonetheless. We're just glad they're having fun. Watching some great handballers.
Now that's all together at 10, even though Armijo's come back to tie this at 10. McLaughlin's on a 10-3 run. And those last two of that 3 have been right here in this little string. McLaughlin's getting tired. Armijo goes to the corner. This is what Armijo does. He doesn't mind being down or up or whatever it is. He'll always just play his game, and it's going to wear you down. And I don't know the last time you played, Dan Armijo, Kevin, but I'm assuming you've at least done it once. We all have. That was a beautiful shot.
I played Dan Armijo probably 10 years ago at the old Durango, Colorado tournament, the High Country Open.
How'd that go?
It was close. Dan beat me. He was 2 hours late for the match.
So that's technically a forfeit.
Technically, yeah, but I don't like to do that. I wanted to play him. I was still kind of coming up the open bracket rank, and I wanted to see how I did against Dan the Hand. And
but you've learned your lesson, and if it happened today, it'd be a different story. No, I'm just joking. I know that feeling.
I come to tournaments to play, and even though we had a little time to wait, it was well worth it. I always appreciate a lesson.
Can you give me the scores and then add 10 points to it so it makes you look good?
You know, I don't remember those as well as you do.
Okay.
Especially because I didn't win, so.
Wow, that's.
I'd have been in my early 20s at that time, and I learned quite a bit since then, so.
Yeah.
13, serving 10.
I'd love to play him again someday.
Oh, and Dan had
Aced.
McLaughlin leaning to the left. Now Dan is on
14,
his own.
serving 10.
Believe it or not, 7-0 run, right?
No, it was
Second
9-9.
Okay.
And then tied up at 10, so he's on a 4-0 run, I believe. I haven't been paying as much attention as
Or 7-2 run.
you. Yeah, that sounds right. Or 14-10 run.
It's a 14-10 run.
Another great shot. Halftime.
And that's where we're going to go right now. We're going to be back in 3 minutes for the conclusion of this senior match between McLaughlin and Dan Armijo. Stick around here at racefreight.com.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this online.
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
You like it?
All right.
They might surprise you.
Hey, she took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's 1 every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Game time, Matt. Dan serve. Dan serve. Fifteen, serving 10.
Second half of the match here is Dan Armijo now has the serve, and it's a quick point. Now up 16 to 10.
16, serving 10.
And that gives him a 9-2 run versus
Short.
Matt McLaughlin. That ball was short. Referee is Andy Nett. You're watching the race for 8. This is the senior tour with the hand
Second
leading
serve.
16 to 10. McLaughlin was down 7-0, came back and took the lead up 10 to 7, 10 to 8, 10-9, 10-10, and then all of a sudden we saw Armijo go on this crazy run here that's just getting free points one after another. And McLaughlin, who flew in here yesterday, or excuse me,
17,
early this
serving
morning.
10.
Might have been yesterday. I don't. All the days are kind of going together, but he's going to get a quick exit out of this tournament.
You know, Dan's settling in. He made some hand errors that helped Matt get that little run, and Dan hasn't been doing that here this last 7 or 8 points. He's keeping the ball alive and taking his shots and making them. So there's a great back wall. Oh, and a shot by Dan that just gets there.
$18, serving 10.
Right, 18 to 10 here. Dan Armijo's got the crowd support, but then again, so does McLaughlin if
18,
McLaughlin
serving
makes
10.
a good shot. I've noticed. It's the crowd just wants to see good handball.
Thank you. You know, that's what we're here for. Watching some good handball. Matt is kind of
Timeout.
That's a good timeout call for Matt McLaughlin, and I don't blame him. This is a timeout. Matt McLaughlin's just doing this to ice the cool hand of Dan Armijo, who's on a 10-2 run at the moment.
Got 19, serving 10. 19, serving 10.
I want to thank Nancy for watching this live broadcast.
We've also got a great group of supporters here
20, serving 10.
helping us out.
You're right. That ain't no lie, Kevin Price. And that shot from McLaughlin just handcuffed Armijo. McLaughlin's going to have to go on another one of
10,
those
serving 20.
10-3 runs that he had. It's hard to do those twice in one match. He gets the first point right there on a nice corner, wide corner kill.
11, serving 20.
That was a wide corner mouse that came
Short.
out of there. That ball was short. Referee is Andrew Nett, the
Second
Minnesota
serve.
Dreamboat.
Second serve.
You know, the vantage point of the ref and line judge, I was a line judge for the last couple games, is not great here. The camera angle you have is perfect for those shorts, but it's just not quite high enough up to really get where you need to be.
It's almost as if the referee should be standing right here where we're looking,
20 serving 11.
because you can really see short balls from this vantage point. I honestly think the further away you get from any situation, not just handball, but we're talking about life here, Kevin, the more clear something gets. And you stand far enough away, you can see that ball if it's short or good from this camera angle.
21 serving 11.
Didn't mean to get so spiritual on you there, and I know that you have a tear in your eye, Kevin, but
You know, I always appreciate the little life lesson from you, Dave Vincent.
22 serving 11.
well, I've got a lot of them. 22-11. Armijo's just manhandling
Using those corners.
McLaughlin.
He's really turned it on.
23 serving 11.
And McLaughlin has to be
24 serving
certainly
11.
just totally upset with himself. And there it is. Dan
Nice
Armijo
finish.
advances to the semifinals of this here senior tour, and I believe might solidify his spot into the Seattle Players Championship coming up in May. So he might be invited there. I believe McLaughlin's already got enough number. All he had to do is just show up and play this match to get it, and he'll be invited to Seattle. We might see this matchup one more time. That was a serious A kicking, and I'm actually going to just say the A and not actually say the word ass, because it's the internet, and I don't want to be one of those guys, because I don't want to look bad. But Kevin, that was a strange
Dan
match
took
in a
control,
way.
Yep.
Dan Armijo scored 7 straight points. Matt McLaughlin went up 10-9, 10-8. And then all of a sudden, we just saw Matt McLaughlin only score one more after that. That was just seriously a dominating performance. And you don't want to play Dan Armijo after he's already had a couple matches underneath his belt, because that's just the type of game that he plays. Coming up next, it's a marquee match. I don't have the clock here. It looks like it's about 7:32 Mountain Standard, or Mountain Daylight Time, I guess is what you call it here. I don't know what you call it, but I know
think that's what we're doing.
It starts with the word mountain, so I know I have that right.
We're in the
I know-
mountains.
and there's time. But I don't remember my train of thought, but what I was going to say is we have Andy Shad coming up against
that'll be a
Chris
great match.
Watkins. Now, both of these guys are national champion caliber type players. They're going to be facing each other coming up right around the corner, so we can't, obviously get that on right now, but we're going to have to wait about 25 minutes or so. We want you to stick around. We'll have that action in just a few minutes. It's quarterfinal bonus coverage here at racerate.com. I hope Kevin sticks with me for that, but it's going to be in about 25. And
I'll do that
I
for
know
you.
you sign autographs. This might be a good time for you. We'll be back in just a bit. You stick around. More handball in 25 here at racerate.com.
My name is Bruce Fabrizio. In 1975, I invented Simple Green based on 3 principles. It had to be safer to use, it had to work, and it had to be completely made in America. From generation to generation, Simple Green has been cleaning everything from car engines and tools to kitchen counters and floors. No matter what you clean, indoors or outdoors, clean it with non-toxic, biodegradable Simple Green.
So, what's it gonna be? We could ride bikes, skating, movies, zoo, whatever you guys want to do.
Can we just do this?
Yeah. We could just do this.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Rethink what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
Working and working out takes a lot of energy. That's why I drink Zenergy. Feeling fantastic and looking good has never been easier. Science, extreme science for your active lifestyle.
Here we go. We're gonna make some juice.
It's gonna be good.
She's excited. A little bit of kale.
Please don't put this on
I'm putting it all over the line.
It's wet. It needs something. No, it'll go.
Don't break my juicer. Looks good.
You ready to try it?
Come on, baby.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
It's okay.
Okay. All right.
They might surprise you.
She took another sip. You saw it?
Search We Can for more ideas on how you and your kids can get healthy together.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.